What up? What's happening? Hey man, we are to another episode of I don't know what we calling it yet, but it's a villain with a story, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we on this bitch, giving it to y'all a little bit about how we grew up, shit that we've been through, some good stories, man. We gonna get people a little bit of insight to who we are, how we do, what we've been through, shit like that. Today, man, story time is on Dohk. So I'm gonna turn it over to him. We can set his thing up.
Yo, what's happening?
You can put that on the track so I can play it, and then I'm saying,
coming in, yeah. Soon as I get my computer out the hospital, because you know what I'm saying, I shit, nigga, I'll run that bitch to the ground. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I run that motherfucker to the ground.
Yeah. Y'all know what it's gonna sound like when we do though.
How about that? Right. It's gonna be dope though. It's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what up, world? Welcome to the next episode, the second episode, third episode, whatever episode we're gonna decide to put this motherfucker on. Nigga, it may not be in chronological, but it is chronologically. You dig? So, today's story, ladies and gentle germs. Okay, we're gonna keep it in the realm of the high school. You feel me? Okay, we're gonna keep it in the realm of high school and shit. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Prom 1997, and what a year it was. Let me give you a little background. This nigga was somewhere, not by us, but he was somewhere. You know what I'm saying? There's a little prequel to what's going on, but I'm only gonna keep it focused on me. I'm gonna change a few names just to protect the images, especially because what I'm about to share with y'all, they might be married or whatever, and I don't want, what I'm saying, people thinking that I'm harping on some old shit. I just want to tell y'all the story, okay? So, here we go. Okay, so it is after Christmas break, you know what I'm saying? We just started school again back in January, yo. You know what I mean? Senior year, obviously. So it's prom season now. And I'm in science class or world history or some shit like that. I think it was like world history or some shit. I don't know. So anyway, I'm in this class, you know what I'm saying? Second semester class, we got new classes and shit. And I'm sitting in this class, and the first thing the teacher says is, hey, listen, everybody get in groups of 2, because you guys, for the rest of the year, you guys are going to be working on this project, right? So all these people starts linking up, and I'm left without a partner, and this chick is left without a partner, right? So if everybody know who this chick is, let me tell you, this is one of those chicks that you can't, a lot of cats steered clear of her a lot of the times, for at least from what my understanding was, all through junior high school, all through high school. A lot of cats steered clear through her. I ain't never heard no stories about her or her even being with somebody. I'm gonna call her Barbara.
So did I
Barbara
know Barb?
Smith?
Do I know Barb?
I mean, Barbara Smith. Yeah, you probably did know Barbara Smith. Really nice, caramel complected. You know what I'm saying? She was fair height. She was like she was a little taller than my freshman girlfriend. If you remember my freshman girlfriend. So she was fair height. She had pretty real authentic hair, ladies. Long like my sisters. Everybody said they had Indian in their family type of shit. That and real shit.
They just had Indian rug in their head. They wasn't Indian in their
family. No. This one was for real though. She had real hair and all that. She was bad.
By the record. For the record, I mean,
yeah,
I was on my way to prison, senior in high school. I was out there on my way to robbing shit, so that's where I was. Just so you know.
Right. That's another story we're about to get into later, y'all.
Oh, yeah,
so Barbara, you know what I'm saying? She was definitely an eye catcher. She was definitely an eye wowie. Like if you heard about eye candy, baby boys, baby girls, let me tell you something, baby boy. You heard about eye candy. This girl was So short story long is, so we ended up having to become partners for school purposes, right? And believe me when I tell you, we didn't talk for like a week and a half. Like we just sat there looking at each other, didn't even say nothing for a fucking week, nigga. Like everybody's clowning and doing their shit, and we just sitting there like, I don't want to talk to you, you don't want to talk to me, nigga. You know what I mean? But we was just uncomfortable. So by week 2, nigga, we start chopping it up because we now we have to, huh?
So right quick, what type of project was it that y'all working on together?
It was like a history project, nigga. I don't know, nigga. I just know the basis.
I was asking to see if talking was an important part of the project. Like,
yes, because we had to know what the fuck we was doing. Like, we had to know what the fuck we was doing. Yeah, so we had to communicate. I believe it was English. I know I keep switching around, but it had to be like either English, science, or history. But it was one of those 3 subjects, and I believe it was history though. For some reason, I still think it was history. And like, you know, so we had a like firm dialogue little by little, and we started talking to each other little by little. So months go by, and now we are like secret friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Outside the classroom, you know how it is when you're in high school, you can't really talk to everybody. Not everybody can see y'all talking because they come up with these conclusions and ideas. And at the point, we didn't want nobody to know that we kind of knew each other, but we also didn't want to infringe on what we were feeling at that time. You feel me? And, you know, I was just like, yeah, okay, you know what it is. And it'd be like, it was definitely evident because everybody inside the class thought we was doing something, but outside of class and outside of school, we no contact, no number exchanges, no none of that shit. Like I only spoke to her basically in class. So it started to get. Now we're getting close to prom season, right? It's about April, May. You know what I'm saying? Like April, May is getting close to prom season. Now I had just started this new church back in February, March, and I remember it because Venus Williams was just starting to really take over the fucking scene in tennis. She was on all the magazines and shit, and. You know, this church, you know, my mom was working at this church as secretary and shit like that. So like I was always hanging out with the pastor and shit like that, And we end up getting this new lady at the church. This fine, light skin, yellow bone, you know what I'm saying? 23 years old, like motherfucker was super fantastic. Fine. You know what I'm saying? 23 years old from LA, driving up to Pomona every Sunday to go to church. So while all the brothers and all the young men is trying to holler at this lady, trying to get her to woo wop wop, I didn't pay no attention because I was like, I was cool with what I was working with, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you her name. Her name was Sister Tiffany. And if you out there, Sister Tiffany, I hope you're doing well, you and your son. Anyway, so Sister Tiffany was just beautiful. I'm talking like nigga. She had the short Halle Berry. The short Halle Berry, you feel me? Had the short Halle Berry cracking and shit, nigga. Frame was nice and pickety clow, you know what I'm saying? She had the nice little twists and hips and the tips and fingertips, you dig what I'm saying? The bitch was nice, real nice. So we developed a friendship too. And she was like low-key chopping it up with me, giving me, you know, a little bit of game to game the chick that I was, you know, to game on Barbara Smith. So, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was a fair exchange and shit. So
okay, so wait, right quick. Was she an older lady or?
Yes, I'm 17 at the time. I'm about to turn 17 that year, so I'm like 16 turning 17, and she's 23.
Okay, all right.
She's 23. So yeah, so that's just to set it up. So like I said, like she was giving me, and she had this dope ass Lexus with wood grain on the inside, motherfucking Pioneer stereo system with the Kenwoods in the back, nigga. I mean, like she was a real like gangster, like, but
hey,
feminine too.
Did you get head in the Lexus? Did you get head in that Lexus?
Boy, let me tell you something, boy. That gentleman never tells anyway.
I'm telling.
Gentlemen. Yeah, it is.
I got some stories coming up where I'm telling, nigga. I'm telling.
Yeah, this one I'm not gonna tell because it's a sweet. She was a sweet chick, and this is, and I'm gonna be real, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? unlike my compadre over here, I wasn't like that in high school. Like maybe one or two, and then that was the story. So she was like my first older chick. So I was I'm keeping that one close to the breastplate. Anyway, so she would game me on some things and roll me around town and shit like that while we chopped it up. So we now, like I said, prom season, me and Barbara Smith, we chopping it up. And now we're definitely like in this space of where it could be like puppy love or whatever y'all want to, call it, right? Like we up in here, we chopping it up. We talking a lot now it's spilling outside the classroom to where I'm now walking you to your next class. And we don't see nobody where niggas is really looking at us. We don't see nobody. We're just chopping it up and shit like that. And then we go on about our business. So I'm telling Sister Tiffany about Barbara Smith. Like, yeah, man, I'm feeling this chick, man. I want to take her to prom, but I'm not sure. Da 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 da. And the pastor of the church, he invites the whole church to come to his house for Easter Sunday dinner. So me and Sister Tiffany, we like talking, chopping it up. Like, yeah, yo, you gonna go? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go up there and shit like that. I'm gonna see what's happening. She was like, all right, cool. I'll meet you there. I'm like, all right, cool. So here it comes, Easter Sunday dinner. I'm at the pastor's house early. Me and my moms and shit. My sisters are elsewhere. I have a twin sister, so she's elsewhere doing her thing with her folks and shit. And this particular Easter Sunday dinner, and this is why I'm including it into the story, is because we're helping the pastor out, and all the little young ladies from the church, you know what I'm saying, are giggling, and they talking and running up and down the stairs and shit, like figuring it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So it turns out that one of the sisters of the church, and I believe she was like treasury or something like that of the church. My mom was secretary. This was the treasurer. The treasurer is to God life auntie. Like her sister is the mother of one of the boys from IMX, Immature. So the nigga, it's the dark-skinned nigga, little drummer boy.
Little drummer bitch. Hey, we got our run in with them niggas too. That's another story I gotta tell you too. But yeah, we had our run in with them niggas, nigga. Yeah. Okay,
bet. So now it comes to find out that little drummer chick is coming down to the motherfucking dinner to spend time with his auntie and shit. So all the little bitches are like, oh my god, yeah, oh my god. And I'm like, nigga, fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck. So now the dinner's going, the nigga ain't showed up, the dinner's going, niggas is eating and shit like that, pop. And I happen to, so obviously back in those days, young niggas and little kids couldn't sit at the grown folk table, right? You had to go find your own space, right? So if you wasn't like a small child where the little kids table is right next to the big to the adult table so they can keep an eye on you, all the young ladies, junior high and high school chicks, they went upstairs in the girls' rooms, whatever. I'm downstairs because it was a three-story townhouse. I'm downstairs on the couch, and it was just me and Sister Tiffany, and we chopping it up. We like, laughing, watching football, or whatever the fuck was going on. I think it was basketball at the time. Nigga. We watching basketball or some shit, nigga, some sport. I don't even really remember because me and her was just having a good ass time, nigga, eating and shit like that. Boom, bam, bam. So here comes the doorbell. Bing, bong. Right? Bing, bong. So now you hear all the bitches upstairs screaming. Right? So I'm like, all right, cool. I guess this nigga here. So auntie goes, opens the door. They get, hey, auntie, love. He goes and he comes downstairs and she introduces him to everybody downstairs. So he shakes the brother, the old brother hand, the young brother hand, the little person other hand, skips me, goes straight to Sister Tiffany. Right? This is the first encounter. He skips me, don't even acknowledge me. He's not like, what's up, bro? What up? None of that shit. Just, so this is brother so-and-so, this is his son, this is sister so-and-so, this is sister so-and-so, this is brother so-and-so, yeah, this is young brother Jordana right here, and this is Sister Tip. So this thing, hey, how you doing? What's going on? My name, how you doing? Girl, what's happening with you? Aha, yeah, you know, I gotta get on you. What's happening? You know who I am. So the auntie was like, nigga, come on, man. You're not here for that. Come on. Let me introduce you to the pastor. So he's like, I'm gonna come talk to you later. And she looked at me like, did he not see you sitting here? I was like, trust me. I wouldn't want to shake that nigga hand no way. You know what I mean?
To be specific, we are talking about little drummer bitch who didn't shake your hand, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Bad.
Yeah, fuck that nigga. So anyway, so he go upstairs to the middle level, right? Now all the little junior high and high school bitches, they on the stairwell looking down, screaming because they too afraid to shake his hand, talk to him, and oh my god, here he is. Oh. So the auntie sits him down. She introduced him to all the old heads at the table and shit. My mama looks at him, is like, don't touch my hand. You couldn't shake my son's hand. Don't touch my hand. And the pastor and the auntie was like, Miss Donna, don't be like that. She was like, nah, fuck that. I'm riding with my son. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, Ma. I appreciate you. So the auntie goes, fix the motherfucking plate. You know what I'm saying? So now they sitting there chilling. So now, me being who I am, the jovial individual, besides I was trying to learn how to, take on the role of being a young preacher myself. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of getting into that world, and the pastor was like really cool and shit. So, I'm taking the old head's plate. I say, yo, look, I'm going up to the kitchen. Are y'all done eating? So I take Sister Tiffany's plate. I take the old head's plate. I take the little kid's plate. Now I'm on my way up to the second level, going to the kitchen. So check this out. So where Drummer Boy is sitting, it's the pastor at the head of the table on closest to the kitchen. Sister pastor's wife is at the head of the table, at the other end of the table where I'm coming up from the stairwell. It was a deacon, a visiting pastor, little drummer boy, and the auntie, right? Then it was the pastor. So I get up, I say, hey y'all, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me if I could just get by y'all real quick so I can take this to the kitchen. Does anybody need anything at the table when I go into the kitchen? Somebody's like, yeah, bring some napkins, but no, and everybody's like, no, we good. So the pastor's wife slides a little bit over to the left, right? Lets me up the stairs. The visiting pastor slides up his chair so I can slide by. The next person slides up so I can slide by. This bitch ass nigga slides his chair back to the wall. So now I'm sitting there. I didn't even say excuse me. I'm looking at this nigga like, and I'm looking around, and everybody stops. They're flabbergasted. They're like, and they start looking at the auntie like, and she's like, boy, if you don't scoot your motherfucking seat up, nigga, embarrassing me in front of all my people and shit, what the fuck's wrong with you, nigga? You know you got better than that. We raised you better than that shit. He's like, oh, I didn't see the nigga. I didn't see the nigga. So the nigga slides up, and I bump the nigga seat up for two, nigga, bop, nigga, place in my hand, bop, nigga, and I keep it pushing, right, boom. And then he goes looking at the auntie like, she's like, don't you say nothing, you deserve that. You deserve that one. I'm surprised he didn't pop you in your fucking face. So, boom, hit the kitchen, grab the napkins, go back down to Sister Tiffany. And she was like, did that nigga really wop the bam? I said, hell yeah, little bitch ass nigga. Da, 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 da. So then he comes back down the stairs, right? He comes back down the stairs and he goes like, what? I said, nigga, you being a bitch, nigga. So he's like, man, fuck all that. So look here, Sister Tiffany, that's your name. I heard him calling you that. So listen, man, woo, wop the bam, da, da, da. She goes, look, nigga, first off, I love Sister Tiffany for this one. She was for real. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. This is when I knew she liked the nigga. This is when I knew she really liked, like she didn't see me as like a little brother or something. Like she was really like flexing with a nigga. She was like, first of all, this is my friend. Okay, I'm not gonna say my real name, but she's like, this is my friend, Mr. Freeze. Okay, you acknowledge this nigga first. And then maybe you could talk to me. But you've been rude the whole time you've been up in here, nigga. And I don't fuck with bitch ass niggas like you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You got all this money and all this star power, nigga. You might as well go fuck with them little bitches upstairs, because that shit don't fly with me. I was like, oh. So now this nigga get mad. He was like, look here, bitch. You don't want to. And his motherfucking auntie stood the fuck up from that table, nigga, and came down in one swoop, like, pow, bang. She was down there like, grab this nigga up like, nigga, you need to get the fuck on, nigga. This is the third time you done disrespected me and my people in front of my, get the fuck on. Bam. So she leave, boom. Now all the little bitches who was afraid to say something to the nigga come rushing downstairs like, why you, Mr. Freeze, gotta ruin everything and da 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 and make the nigga leave and da 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 da. So I was like, how am I hated on? Like, this nigga was acting a bitch. So anyway, cool. So now Sister Tiffany sits me down. We go to the car and shit. She's smoking some weed. I ain't smoking at the time, but I'm smelling it. And so we sitting in the car and shit. We playing. I think it was like the new Busta Rhymes or some shit, or it could have been Wu-Tang. I think Triumph just came out at the time, so we probably playing some new Wu-Tang or some shit. And we chopping it up, and she was like, yo, so have you asked the girl to prom yet? And I'm like, no, not yet. I'm a little afraid because of what if she, rejects me. Da, da, da. She's like, nigga, you need to stop being a bitch ass nigga. She said, but listen here. She said, listen, if you don't, or she has a date, or if something falls out, she was like, take me to your prom. I will pick you up and buy your suit, woo wop the bam, like take me to your prom. I've never went to mine's and I would love to be your date. And I was just like, for real? She was like, yeah, for real. I was like, what? That's crazy. So that's, to that question that you asked me earlier, that's when that took place. Just to give you some context, okay? So, yeah, that's as far as I'm gonna go. But yeah, boy, boy. Yeah. So anyway, so now here comes Monday. I don't say nothing on Monday. Here comes Tuesday. I don't say nothing on Tuesday. Now, prom is literally like 3.5 weeks away, and I could tell she was nervous. Now I'm back at school. I'm talking to Barbara Smith, and I'm like, yo, Barbara Smith, what's happening, girl? You know what I'm saying? Wop, wop. And, shooting the shit. So by Wednesday, I was about to ask her, and she goes, oh, yeah, so are you going to prom? I said, I'm glad that you talked to me, asked me about that. I was like, yeah, man, I wanted to, she's like, oh, well, I got somebody taking me to prom. Somebody had just asked me over the weekend. I said, for real? I said, who? I said, one of these niggas out here, around here? She's like, no. Somebody else from like LA. I was like, really? She was like, yeah. So I was like, fuck. I said, well, okay, well, I guess I'll see you then.
Crush you.
Nigga. I was like, fuck. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll see you there. She was like, yeah, okay, I guess so. Bye. And then she just walked off and shit. And that kind of put a little shakiness in our height of, puppy love and shit. So now I'm talking to Mad Hatter. I'm like, yo, bro, nigga, this nigga, blah, blah, blah. He was like, nah, nigga, I've been talking to her for like weeks, nigga. She been wanting you to go. She's been dying for you to ask her for like a month, nigga. I was like, nah, nigga, she just told me he's like, nah, nigga, you're lying. I'm like, nah, bro. I said, well, that's why I said, well, fuck it then. I'm gonna just go ahead and take Sister Tiffany. And he was like, whoa. He didn't, Mad Hatter's one of those kind of niggas that he think he got all the game and don't even know where don't even know where the start button is, where the start line is at, but he think he got all the motherfucking game and shit, nigga.
Yeah, that's that nigga.
Yeah,
that's
so Mad Hatter. Yeah. So Mad Hatter is like, who's Sister Tiffany? I ain't never heard of her before. And I said, oh yeah, she's I go to my church. See, my dumb naive ass at the time, you feel me? Just giving up the tea, like, yeah, nigga, yeah, So here this nigga come popping up at my motherfucking church.
Oh, now do we know better?
Right. This nigga come popping up at my motherfucking church because that Sunday. So like I said, Wednesday, I just got crushed with asking who I really wanted to go to the prom with. I just got crushed. So that Sunday, here this nigga come popping up in the middle of the service talking about, hey, what's up, JD? I'm like, nigga, we in service, cuz sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, greet me after church. You know what I'm saying? So church is over and shit. He's like, so who's Sister Tiffany? Is that fine one right there? What about this one right here? What did that? What did that? Hey, my mama comes snatching me up by my collar, like, nigga, did you invite this nigga? I was like, no, because my mama didn't like Mad Hatter at all. She was like, did you invite this bitch ass nigga to this fucking church, nigga? This is supposed to be our place of peace, nigga. What the fuck, nigga? You see this nigga all day, every week, all damn week, nigga. I let you live with this nigga and everything, nigga. This is my weekend with you, nigga. What the fuck, nigga? I was like, I didn't tell this nigga to come here, so. Yeah, I'm sorry, you know what I mean? And so he was like, all right, cool. So now I sneak around the back. Because this nigga too busy chopping it up with some other bitches, these other little bitches. Cause you know, Mad Hatter, he didn't give a fuck. If it had a hole, he's talking to it. It didn't matter the age. The nigga just would talk. So I'm not saying he a PDF, but nigga was on the border. Allegedly.
Borderline.
Allegedly, that nigga tried to get me caught up in a couple of them fucking antics and shit. And because I was his boy and I had it, and I was trying to back you, nigga, but I ain't never took it to where he took the shit, nigga. I'll keep it like that. I ain't never took it to that. Yeah, okay, nigga. I'll run screen while you do your shit, cause no, they all right. Let him. Oh, come on, let's play this game again. Yeah. Oh yeah, you want some water? Yeah, here's some water. Here. Never looked at the bitch. Yeah, here's some water. Here, there you go. Yeah. Pat you on the head, little bitch. Okay. I'm saying, no. You don't want to come on now. Come on. So anyway, that was how I was doing it, because I was, you know, you got to be a good wingman. So I sneak out the church, nigga. I go around the back, nigga. Sister Tiffany in the church, she crying and shit. And she was like, you know, I'm like, what's going on? Who hurt you? What's going on, nigga? Because now I'm like, nigga, I'm mad. I'm like, who the fuck hurt you, girl? What's going on? He was like, oh, well, I was talking to the pastor and shit, nigga. My ex-boyfriend broke in my house and took some of my baby's clothes and shit for his other baby, and stole my rent money and shit. So, you know, and the pastor walked by and heard her crying and shit. And he was like, yeah, come up to the office. I'm gonna write you a check, cuz I got you. I said, nigga, you a solid ass nigga, pastor. You a solid ass nigga, cuz. So she comes down, right? So she comes down, tears all dried up, and it wasn't like one of those come on upstairs and, you know what I'm saying, swap and do this favor for the favor. Like, he was like, no, Sister Tiffany, we take care of our own. I have extra from collections where, you know, we done paid the bills and shit. We got so how much do you need? Okay, boom, bam, bam. She comes back downstairs like, pastors are legit. That nigga just hooked me up with a check. I could save my business. I could save my house, nigga. I'm good. Boom. So we chop it up and shit. She drops me off at my mom's house, give me a kiss and shit. She rolls out. I was like, yo, about prom. So on the way to my mom's house, I tell her like, yo, prom, it didn't go so well with old girl. She said she had a date from somewhere else. And if you still want to go, I'm willing to take you. Now, I mean, I said it a little disappointingly, but it was still a win-win at the end of the day. Just I said it a little bit more like, you know, I'll take you. Right. So she was like, oh my God, hell yeah. I already got the dress picked out. Well, I'm gonna take you shopping next weekend, nigga. We gonna woo. I was like, all right, bet. So now she gives me her phone number, nigga. I'm talking to her every day, nigga. We like woo. So now I'm like getting into Sister Tiffany, right? So now it's like 2 weeks before prom. Mad Hatter hits me up like, yo, have you been talking to Barbara Smith? And I said, nah, I ain't talked to her since we finished our project. He was like, well, she's been waiting for you to ask her to prom, nigga. And I'm like, she already has a date. He was like, no. She said she's been waiting on you to ask her for like 2-3 weeks again. I said, why do you know this? Why are you talking to this bitch? You know what I'm saying? Why is you talking to this bitch, nigga, and you telling me what the fuck she's saying? And he was like, well, she came up to me because we best friends, so she coming up to me trying to figure out what's wrong with you. And how come you ain't hitting her and woo wah. I said, no, nigga. She told me woo the bam. So I said, okay, fuck it. I try to put on my big boy player pants. I said, fuck it, nigga. I'll have 2 dates, nigga. I'll have 2 dates. So I go and I ask her, you know what I'm saying? It was like a Tuesday, a week and a half away from prom. And it was a Tuesday. I said, hey, yo. I said, hey, Barbara Smith, how you doing? She was like, yo, I'm good. where you been at? Da, da, da. I said, man, I just been a little bit busy trying to get shit in order. You know, everything's not good at home right now. Boop, bop, bop. She was like, yeah, I understand it. She's like, so what's up? I say, hey, so listen, I was wondering if you wanted to go to prom with me, or you know, if you don't have a date, or if I guess your date fell through. She was like, I ain't never had a date. I ain't never told you I had a date. What the hell? I was like, what? She's like, I ain't never told you I had no motherfucking date. So I say, and back then I kind of felt guilty, like, oh well, maybe you didn't. But she Jedi mind tricked me because I'm like, bitch, you did. You did, bitch. Now you tell me I ain't never had no motherfucking date, nigga. I've been waiting on you, nigga. You on that. So now I'm going to prom with super duper senior. We're gonna call him Jermaine. Okay, but Jermaine is the brother of. Okay, so TT was Tina Thomas. Cakey Cake, you remember Cakey Cake?
Yep.
And the brother of the other one. She didn't really step with us, but she was always there. You know what I'm talking about?
With the big titties.
Yeah, and they brought it with the Frank is so fine, he cute, that bitch. Okay, so brother, he was the brother of her, super duper Jermaine.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So I know exactly what you're talking about. I want to say her name was Tiffany. I want to say her name was Tiffany or Tammy.
I think it was Tiffany.
Tiffany. I think
it was Tiffany. Yeah. So it's Tina, Tiffany, and Cakey Cake. So anyway, so I'm like, for real? She's like, yeah, you know, we've been friends for a long time. I didn't have nobody. Obviously, I didn't have nobody to ask me to take me. That's how she hit me with. I didn't have nobody to ask me to take me. So my dad hooked it up with this nigga, and so I'm gonna go with him. I said, you ain't gonna go with him now. I'm asking you. Fuck it. Fuck that nigga. I'm like, fuck that nigga. Just come with me.
Right.
Not having it. So I said, all right, cool. I guess I'll see you up there. I said, you gonna save me a dance? She was like, I'll think about it, because now I'm trying to be on my wood tip. Now the wood hadn't come out yet, but I was just, you know, all niggas, you know, understand when you say what you say is just, hey, listen, will I get a little time to hit some sweet nothings in your ear and grind on you a little bit on the dance floor? And she was like, well, maybe, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see.
That's all a nigga needs, a hot 3-4 minutes. That's it.
Yeah. Give me one song, baby. Let me change your mind. You know what I mean? So that was that. Boom. So now I call Sister Tiffany. I couldn't get her on the line. I call her for like 4 or 5 days straight. Couldn't get her on the line. So now it's the weekend before the weekend of the prom. So it's like I got literally 7 days before fucking prom, bro. And I couldn't talk to. I couldn't find Sister Tiffany nowhere. Barbara Smith is going with super duper Jamal. Jermaine, whatever the fuck the nigga name. Sacha Ponder character, right? The side character. So I'm like, now I'm panicking because I haven't went to go get a suit yet, because me and her supposed to go get suits. Like, we were supposed to go shopping and shit the weekend before. So I get a call Friday night. And it was Sister Tiffany. She was like, yo, Mr. Freeze, man, I'm so sorry, dog. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Who hurt you? Do I gotta kill somebody? She's like, no, man. She's like, the pastor fucked me up. I said, like, as in sex or as in beat your ass? No, right. Man, no, I was like, nah, nigga, what happened? Now I'm tripping. I'm like, yo, what's happening? I feel like Busta Rhymes, like, yo, hey, yo, yeah, hey, with the, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, woo-ha. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So she's like, yo, pastor gave me a bad check, and I have been moving for the last 4 days out of my house. I just got kicked out of my house, and my shop is about to close down because that same check that I put in for both sections bounced like a motherfucking rubber ball. I said, what? She was like, yeah. So then here comes that Sunday, we go to church, and everybody's standing outside of the church. So we're like, what the fuck is going on? So come to find out, the treasurer is sitting at the back of the treasurer is sitting at the back of the motherfucking stairs where the office leads up, because there's a back office to the cathedral, right? So she's sitting at the back of the stairs waiting on the pastor, because I knew that's where he was going to come from. So I'm like, Miss Treasurer, what's going on? Why are you sitting here crying? She was like, the pastor and his friend, the visiting pastor from Easter dinner stole the church's money in one of her trucks.
Wow.
And they went back to Texas. And she was like, I'm devastated because I invested a lot of money into the church, into the business, and I gave them that truck to help them get along because, sister wife needed X, Y, and Z, and she needed a car as well to take care of her and her 2 kids. And she was like, yo, everything that I had was into this church because I was supposed to recoup some of the money back each and every week through collection plates and shit, right? Like out of the collections, after they paid the bill, he was supposed to pay her back in increments because she was helping the church stay afloat. And she was like, yeah, I lost everything. She was like, I lost everything. And she was like, yeah, I can't believe it. And so she's sitting there broken down. I low-key start to break down with her. I'm like, yeah, because, I can't believe it, because my heart was broken, because, like, I felt like I was that nigga's, like, young ace. Like, he was showing me so much of the game of, how to interpret the Bible and how to this, that, the other, and how to speak to the masses and blah, blah, blah. That's how I ended up low-key becoming a good MC, because he was teaching me how to command large amount of crowds through my wording and gestures and da-da-da. And I was just like heartbroken on that. So now, not only did I just find out 3 days before that Barbara Smith is going to prom with super duper senior Jamal,
whatever the nigga name is.
Whatever the fuck the nigga name is. Okay. Motherfucking Sister Tiffany can't go to prom with me no more and can't pay for none of my suits or none of my fucking outfits and shit like that, because motherfucking the check that she got from that nigga bounced. And now one of the coolest sisters that I know, nigga, who actually stood up for me in front of her successful nephew, just lost all her fucking money and fortune and shit fucking with this nigga at the church. So now I'm hit with a triple, quadruple, woo-wop the bammy whammy.
Yeah, they say it come in threes.
Boom, right? So now I go home and I'm like, Mom, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I only had enough. You only gave me enough money to buy the tickets because that's all I asked you for. And I still don't have a suit and I don't have a date. I said, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And she goes, pray on it and then call your grandma. So I called my grandma, I prayed, and I'm like, God, man, just I don't know, God, I'll put it in your hands, nigga. Like, that's how I talk to him. I'll put it in your hands, nigga. Just tell me what the fuck to do, bro. He said, just call your grandma. So I called my grandma. I was like, yo, Grams, listen, man, can you take me suit shopping? Because everything is getting fucked up and prom is next weekend. She's like, all right, cool. I'm going to come pick you up. Now, she's living in Rialto at the time, right down the street from Rialto High School on Pepper Street and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, right quick. That's where Face lived. That's where Face folks lived back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So she comes down to the P. Well, I was living in Ontario at the time. She comes down to Ontario. She takes me suit shopping over by the Montclair Plaza to the Men's Warehouse. So she takes me down to the Men's Warehouse, gets me this nice little fly ass gray suit and shit. You know what I'm saying? Buys me a nice little necklace, chain and shit. I didn't really like jewelry. I still don't like jewelry, but she bought me this new, cool little gold, 14 karat gold necklace and shit with matching bracelet and cool little watch. And some cool little Stacey Adams. Like those are the only things that I was able to keep was the Stacey Adams and the motherfucking jewelry. Everything else I had to give back, but I don't think I ever gave it back. Plus they tailored it to me. So I had this cool ass tailored suit, nigga, you know what I'm saying, looking real fly and pimpy. My uncle gave me a nice little trench coat and shit, nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, cool. So now my mom was like, yo, well, what you gonna do about a date? Do you got a date yet? What you doing with a date? I said, nah. So now this is like Wednesday, Thursday, and prom is like Saturday. So she was like, all right, well, look, we got to go over to your sister's house and we're going to meet up with her and stuff and have dinner over there with them and the sisters. I said, okay, cool. So I didn't know my mom was driving me into a motherfucking ambush. So I get to the house where my sister's living. Nice big ass mansion and shit, nigga, out in I don't know, shit, somewhere like Fontana or some shit like that. Nice big ass fucking house. She's staying with some people, and because she was like in this, just backstory. It's not like she didn't want to stay with us at the house. She was in this fucking gifted program because my sister was one of those motherfuckers, overachieving ass motherfuckers. So she was in this fucking program where the only place she could go to was at this particular school. And so we had friends in that area that lived in that area that she stayed with to go to that school. So, so we go over to the house and shit. We chopping it up and da 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 da. And the mother of the house was like, she was like, yeah. So I'm so happy for you, Mr. Freeze. I can't believe you asked your mama to ask me to take my daughter to your prom, and she's only a sophomore, and she's been calling all her friends, and we just found out the color scheme, and I had just bought her this beautiful dress, and I said, whoa, hold on, Mrs. C, what you talking about? I thought it was good for dinner.
Hook you up. Your mom's gonna hook you up. You
right.
And for some coochie.
Yeah. So my mom was like, yeah, I ain't gonna have my motherfucking son. My motherfucking son ain't gonna go out there looking at it. You got you a bitch. I gotta get you one. You gonna get you a bitch. You gonna take a bitch somewhere. Somebody's going in there with you. You know what I'm saying? I should have went by myself, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I should have went by my motherfucking self because I probably could have pulled 2 or 3 of them that was there by themselves back to the house. You know what I'm saying? And you know who you is, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I only really wanted to take one, and it wasn't. And sadly, it wasn't Barbara Smith. Anyway, yeah, yo, I'm gonna tell you off camera who the fuck who it was, and let me tell you, nigga, I didn't even think I was gonna fuck with this bitch, but yo, it was something magical about that night. We shared a dance, like I said. Sometimes it only takes one dance to really figure out what the fuck's going on in the world. So anyway, back it up a little bit. So yeah, so they hit me with the boom bomb, like, yeah, boom bam bam, she's gonna this, that, the other, da da da. And she was this little stuck up little rich kid bitch. Like, she was black and shit. She was very, very gorgeous, very, very, very beautiful. I think her name was Angelica. That's her real name, Angelica. But she was very, very beautiful. She was like, you know what I'm saying? She was nice little tight little body on her, you know what I'm saying? Cool little titties on her and shit. Booty was like bing bang bang. I was like, yo, like, okay. She always, and back in the day, you know, in the 90s and shit, girls wore a lot of baggy outfits and shit, unless she was a hoe. Girls wore a lot of baggy outfits and shit like that. Left imagination to niggas. So when I saw her in her prom dress,
they was damn
on
their TLC shit. They was on their TLC shit.
Oh yeah. That crazy. By that time, Crazy Sexy Too Cool came out.
Baggy ass pants, baggy ass shirts and shit on, baggy ass sweats, like
with condoms in their pockets.
Indeed.
Yeah. So anyway, nigga, we was just like, okay, cool. I was like, all right, cool. So bam, prom comes. Me and Hatter, we was gonna go in a limo and shit or do a rental car, but Hatter was like, fuck it, nigga, I'm gonna just take my mama car. And I was like, nigga, don't take that. So ask go there for the Lexus, nigga. Pops was not having it. He was like, hell. Yeah, he was like, hell nah, nigga, you better take your mama car or let me rent you one. So we ended up taking his mom's car and shit. And that's another story because his date, fuck that shit. I'll tell you about that one another time. Okay. Yeah. Let's just say there's a little bit more drama to the story about his date. You know what I'm saying? And me and her and all of that because, well, I'll give you a sliver. Basically, his date was my bitch from the 9th grade. You dig what I'm saying? It took this nigga 3 years, count them, 3 años to get this bitch. He's been trying to sniper. He's been snipering on this bitch since I was with the bitch.
Trying to snipe a fucker like John F, huh? All right.
On my mama, nigga. So he finally got the bitch and shit, and they ended up going to prom and being a thing. And the way they told me about it, I'm just giving y'all the cliff notes. The way they told me about it, it was the end of or the summer of junior year, they come rolling to my house. And I'm like, what the fuck is y'all both hanging out together? Y'all niggas hanging out together now or something? He was like, yeah, listen, so we wanted to have your permission to date each other. And I didn't want to look like no sucker, like, hell no, nigga, that's my bitch, nigga. What you mean? Who are? So I try to play cool Johnny, like, yeah, nigga, I already got like 4 or 5 bitches out here in Ontario, cuz I don't know what the fuck I need this shit for. Like, yeah, go ahead, cuz nigga, I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Cause I figured I wasn't gonna see y'all niggas no way, but I ended up going back to Pomona my senior year. So I was just like, shit, now I got niggas looking at me all weird.
And they all in front of it. But that, if I look
right.
at you weird, nigga, look at them weird. That's crazy.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? Because I came back, when I came back to, and that's why, like I said, it was the year after, it was after Christmas break, because after Christmas break, I left Ontario High School and went back to Pomona High School to graduate with my people. So,
right.
So, and that's why by accident, me and Barbara Smith became friends, because we wasn't like in each other's faces or nothing like that. And she was like one of the first people that I actually kind of recognized in my class too. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that story kind of developed and shit like that. But anyway, so we go on the prom, we go to pick up Angelica, and when I tell you Hatter has no motherfucking couth, that's a real word, ladies and gentlemen. When I tell you Mad Hatter had no motherfucking couth, this nigga started drooling on the motherfucking bitch in front of his bitch who used to be my bitch, disrespectfully, nigga. He was like, damn, girl, woo, you, damn, freeze, damn, like that, freeze, like this nigga, you know, I'm like, yo, calm down. That's just a sophomore, cuz, like, calm down. You know what I'm saying? She don't know you, she don't want you.
My nigga, it would just seem was a fucking cockhound. That's all. He didn't give a fuck what it was. He was just trying to fuck on everything nigga had going on.
If it had a hole, he was on it. And when it came to my type of bitches, see, I usually get these little exotic, exquisite type bitches where it's like niggas might see her around town and around school all day and not pay her no mind. But as soon as the bitch get with me, she get a little shiny. They be like, where you get that bitch from? That ain't the same bitch I saw down the hallway just last week. I'm like, yeah, that's the same one. That's the same one. But see, that's how you know you amongst the pimps. So gentlemen, young chat, if a nigga ever asks you where you get that bitch from, just know you pimping. Okay. So just know you know you that guy. So yeah, so he up in there like, damn, yeah, girl, you want to sit in the front seat?
Either where you get that bitch from is either where you get that bitch from, or damn, my nigga, that's you.
Yeah. Or okay, nigga, I see you. Nah, yeah, I see you, little nigga. Yeah. So when you hear that though, when you hear niggas say some shit like that, that means he was on the same shit you was on, nigga, and he just giving you your nod, like, yeah, okay,
like,
you going in the right direction. But when a nigga be like, where you get that bitch from? That's because they ain't never seen no bitch like that before. And then they trying to figure out how you got it, but you got, you know what I'm saying? It's in your players. It's not on your players. It's in you. So anyway, to wrap this up, this nigga even asked the little bitch if she wanted to sit in the front seat, and me and his bitch, who used to be my bitch, looked at each other like, bitch ass niggas, you crazy? I said, no. She gonna sit in the back with me, dog, and she gonna ride up in front with you. He was like, no, it's all good, nigga. We all good. And me and his bitch, who used to be my bitch, looked at each other again like, nah, nigga, it ain't gonna be all good, nigga. You gonna be out here by yourself, and I'm gonna have 2 bitches again on me, nigga. You better fuck around. Not stop fucking around, nigga. So we get down to the boom, bam, bomb. So now we enter into the motherfucking prom and shit, right? So we get to the prom and shit, boop, bop, bop, park the car. We rolling out. Other niggas, of course, you already know what it is. Other niggas is out there in the parking lot pre-gaming because we on a motherfucking boat. So we out here, we pre-gaming the shit. And it's all good and shit, you know what I'm saying? Da 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 da. And we walk in, and the first thing everybody sees is this nigga, Mad Hatter, and his bitch. And they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. So now here I come walking in, and it was like, I felt like the needle scratched off the record, and everybody stopped talking, and everybody was like, yeah. and they looking at me and I'm looking at them and I'm like, I pull up my little trench coat over my shoulders like, let's go, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And we start cruising into the party. You know what I'm saying? We hand them the tickets and shit, da. They tell us to do the quick little picture, you know what I'm saying? Like your entrance picture shit. So we took the little quick picture, bop, bang, bang, right? Bam. So now we find a table. We're sitting with the homie Lamont Martin. You know what I'm saying? We sitting with him. We sitting with the Brandy Harris and I think one of the Twymans. We sitting with them three because Harris, Lamont, and I believe one of the Twymans, they didn't have a date or they didn't come. Either they all drove in together, something like they was like doing that friendship shit. I'm not really sure. I really didn't give a fuck. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking for motherfucking Barbara Smith. She wasn't there yet. So I'm just sitting here like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm not really even talking to the little bitch. And she's sitting there walking around this motherfucker like she's so high class and shit and turning her nose up at every bitch in the motherfucking prom and shit. And all these bitches was like, I'm gonna fuck her up. Like, you just hear small talks and shit around the fucking prom. Like, I'm about to beat this bitch's ass. Who the fuck she thinks she is? So somebody else was like, no. That's Mr. Freeze's chick. And I'm like, leave it alone. That's Miss Freeze's chick. That's Freeze's chick. That's Freeze's chick. She would freeze. Give it a pass. So now Hatter's bitch, who used to be my bitch, takes Angelica to the bathroom. You know how girls go in pairs and shit. And they're in the stalls and shit, and they overhear like 6 motherfuckers, which happens to be, and this is how it all ties in, the same motherfucking girls who started out talking that shit with you in your story, Cherie, and a few of her posses was in the goddamn bathroom talking that shit about how they was gonna jump her ass after the prom, thinking that she's all the shit because all they niggas could do is look at her all fucking day, ask all about what the fuck is this bitch where this nigga get this bitch from, who the fuck is this bitch, where the fuck is that, how did this bitch, right? So I'm like, and ladies and gentlemen, when I say bitch, I mean it in the most endearing way. No misogyny over here. I'm just speaking the way my heart feels. Yeah, you know, bitch. I don't. When I say bitch, I mean it in the term of how y'all call bitches.
Okay, so
anyway, so they like.
Okay. I'm in the air sense of the word, bitch.
Hey, look, man, I'm trying not to get canceled. Try not to get canceled, nigga. So. So anyway, yeah, man, I tell so we get to the bitch and the bitch is like, yeah, all these bitches want to fuck this bitch up. So now we in the dance floor and shit, niggas is banging. So here comes Barbara Smith and super duper Jermaine Jaquan, whatever the fuck that nigga name is. Here they come, and I swear to God, she had the saddest frown on her face. This nigga looking around like, yeah, another year at prom, yeah, hey, and niggas is like, oh no, this, I heard how he cut up at last prom, and this nigga ready to do it again. And she was just like, I know she was like a little embarrassed because she had to come in with this nigga. And incidentally, which was crazy, is that me and Barbara Smith both had the same color scheme, cuz.
So it kind of worked out then.
No, we never talked.
No,
nobody would let me get in this.
In terms of the universe. I'm saying it kind of worked out in terms of the universe.
Yeah, we had the same color scheme, so we was definitely connected. We was definitely on that level, but I think I really wish I could have at least took a prom picture with her. Like, you know how they do the little stand behind the bitch and put your hand in front of her, and you know what I'm saying, y'all do the pose. I really wish I would have been able to do one with her and with Angelica. Maybe not at the same time, or at the same time. That probably would have been pimping too. But yeah, man. Right. Since been pimping, what's been pimping. But yeah, nobody, like, every time I try to get close to her or walk over towards her, like, somebody would grab me and bring me onto the dance floor, or another nigga would come up and cut me off and be like, hey man, tell me about this bitch you with, man. Who the fuck is that bitch? I'm like, nigga, bitch. Now I'm doing football moves on niggas, sweeping and shit. Niggas like, get the fuck out of the way, right? So by the time I get close enough to her to talk to her, I bump into her as she gets out, coming out the bathroom, and we like bump into each other. Like I'm not even looking for her at this time, and she's like, you know how they come out the bathroom, they checking themselves again, one last check, and starts moving, and like we bump into each other, bang, and I'm like, yo, and she was like, and it was really one of those moments like in the TV shows where the fucking hearts and all that shit sparkles in the background, and just everything blurs out, the sound blurs out and shit. And it was just me and her, and we was just like, hi. And I was like, hi. And we was like, yo, what's happening? It's like, you having a good time? She was like, sorta. How about you? It seems like you the talk of the party right now. It's like, man, I didn't even want to take this bitch. Honestly, I'd rather have came here with you or just came by myself. She was like, well, you should have just came by yourself, because I definitely didn't want to be with this nigga. And I'm like, yeah, man. And then here he comes. Hey, girl, we ready to go take these pictures? And I was like, have fun. And she was like, yeah, you too. And then she walked out of my life forever, y'all. Until this day, I chopped it up with her. Yeah, man. We chopped it up a little bit here and there, but nigga, that was like the real last like boom. And then towards the end of the night, the party really just got cracking and shit. And me and my date was dancing a lot, and then she was like, I want to, whatever. Some other niggas asked me if they could dance with her. I said, yo, you cool with you want to dance with these niggas? She was like, yeah, I'll dance with them. I was like, all right, cool. Like, but niggas, like some niggas who wouldn't normally fuck with me or even ask me or talk to me or even give me that respect was like, yo, can I dance with your bitch? I'm like, shit, hell yeah, go ahead. Give me some space to dance with some other bitch.
And they was trying to get in where they fit in, nigga.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I asked her like, yo, if you want to dance, you can go ahead, nigga. I'm not sweating you, girl. She was like, all right, cool. So she out there dancing and shit. Couple bitches come grabbing on me like, oh, why didn't you take me? And la 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 la. So here's the thing. Drew Hill, Sleeping in My Bed was the new hot song, right? Right, that's the one. I got this feeling. Yeah, that's the one. So me and I'm gonna tell you the name after we get off. Messing with my head. So anyway, nigga, short story long. So me and this girl, she comes walking up to me. She's like, look, I've been trying to dance with you all night. I've been wanting to fuck with you all night. She's like, you looking good? I'm like, nigga, girl, you looking good. She had this nice, gorgeous fucking, like, it looked almost like an Asian style dress, but it's like red with these frizzy fringe at the bottom of the dress and shit. And she was one of those type of chicks where you was like, yeah, bitch, you skinny, you look like a dude. Like, but whatever she was going on, whatever she had going on in that dress, it was like, yo, this is what it would look like if I saw you naked. Boy. So we was dancing and shit, and yeah, I wanted to definitely take her home. She definitely wanted me to take her home, but I had to take this bitch home too, and there was no room in the car. So yeah, because Ruthie had a small ass car. She was small herself. Kevin had to sit all the way the fuck back. Like the nigga had to sit in the back seat. Matt had to sit in the back seat type of shit. So yeah, so we ended up going home, almost crashing in the motherfucking fog. This nigga falling asleep, nigga, on the damn road, nigga. We almost crashed in the motherfucking fog because going to drop this chick off, nigga. I swear to God, it was crazy, nigga. We barely made it home, nigga. I thought the nigga might have been drunk. I didn't know if he drank or not. I wasn't really sure, but nigga, we barely made it at motherfucking back to the house. But we made it back to the house, God willing. Thank you, God. And then yeah, I went to sleep, and he cacked down my bitch his bitch who used to be my bitch, and nigga, I was shit, nigga. I woke up the next day, nigga. We went to Disneyland or Magic Mountain or some shit, nigga, and that was that. You know?
That sentence that with his bitch used to be my bitch is hilarious. Hilarious.
His bitch who used to be my bitch, yeah, that bitch.
Especially I'm knowing the bitch. It's hilarious.
So yeah, but yeah, man, that was prom. That was 1997 prom for me, man. Like
Prom
it was a crazy like, you feel me, full of drama and instances and shit. Like I said, man, if I didn't live the shit myself, I wouldn't even believe this motherfucking story. But nigga, yeah, nigga.
And what's crazy about the story is y'all had your moment and then it just didn't happen. Like that's crazy. Like at the end of that shit, y'all should have rolled to the beach and fucked on the beach.
And on my mama, we was at the fucking beach. We was actually in Long Beach, my nigga. Or not Long Beach, Manhattan Beach. Either Long Beach or Manhattan. No, Queen Mary. No, we was at the Queen Mary. Not at the Queen Mary. We was in Laguna Beach. Laguna fucking Beach. That's where the prom was at, bro.
That story should have ended with head on the beach, though. Prom head on the beach.
Yeah, well, you nigga, you know what I'm saying? Maybe in my next life I'll retain some of these memories and shit like that and know what to fucking do and how to fucking do it, nigga.
Right, yeah. Make it happen.
Yeah.
Hey,
but
man,
yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Story, though, bro.
Right.
Also, episode 2, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? We in this bitch. 2 episodes in, running it down, running it up. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all sticking in and tuning in with us and stuff like that. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend who knows a friend who heard about a friend, and tell them niggas come on down and check us out at the pond. You dig what I'm saying? Become a pond just like us, nigga. Be official members and shit like that. You dig? For real. You know what I'm saying? But until then, I am fly, ever so freezy guy, Doc Holler, and this right here is none other than the flyest motherfucker that I've ever seen. Goldie himself, motherfucking none flyer, man. And stay tuned for the next episode.
Yeah.
Peace.